What is going on, you guys? AK40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven. I guess I don't really need the cans on for this. Anyway, there is a new open world survival RPG first person shooter. Quite a mouthful, and it's kind of a saturated market now. You know, you kind of think of like DayZ and shit like that. However, I'm actually excited for this one because the developers are huge fans of Escape from Tarkov. They've been communicating with Battlestate Games as well as some of the major streamers that do play Escape from Tarkov. There's a bunch of them: Pestily, Landmark, Dr. Lupo, Shroud. And basically trying to get aspects of what would work in an Escape from Tarkov style game in a zombie game. So I had made a video, I think it was like last Valentine's Day or something called Love Tarkov, here's what needs to happen or something like that. And I just talked about a bunch of things that they could add when the game is at full release. So vehicles, open world, maybe a zombie mode. I don't think they're working on a zombie mode or anything like that. However, this game is very much so what I was picturing in my head, and I really look forward to playing it, which is going to be a possibility. Wow, my face is really whitewashed when I full screen my notes down here. So first of all, the closed alpha starts August 19th for $35. I'm personally just going to keep grinding Tarkov, and I'm going to wait to see some live gameplay content and stuff like that. Granted, there is a non-disclosure agreement with the closed alpha, much like there usually is with games like this, just like Tarkov when it was in its closed alpha, because it's going to have probably a lot of bugs and issues, and they don't want their game looking like trash to the public eye because, well, it's an alpha. They're just giving people a chance to see what the core gameplay is like and, you know, be part of the journey as the game turns into a finished, polished product. So, but there is going to be partners of the game and stuff that release footage out there because you can apply to be a partner where you are able to disclose certain gameplay footage and stuff like that. So the game can be purchased directly from their website. I'll have a link in the description below. It can also be activated on Steam. I don't know if that means it'll be on the Steam store from the get, or the finished product will be on Steam, but you can activate it and have it in your Steam launcher, of course. So there's full character customization, which, as you see from the gameplay here, actually looks quite in-depth. Not just appearance, but you also have different classes or occupations, you know, firefighter, policeman, stuff like that, which give you different skill sets as well as different inventory items you're going to start with. So maybe a police officer will have like a low-class vest and a pistol, firefighter probably an axe and some other stuff like that. As for the character customization, there is not any ladies currently in the closed alpha, but that will be added in a later patch. It's very in-depth, and you have positive and negative perks, which affect your skill sets, and it's very in-depth. You can even have things like your character will have a specific food allergy, so you can't cook food items with like peanuts or something. Yes, there's cooking in this game, and one of the negative perks is called the Awful Cook. The inventory system, in my opinion, looks very similar to Tarkov. There's also NPC dealers that will give you tasks, and there's reputations associated with each of them, so that's very Tarkov-ish. Now, unlike Tarkov, there are some differences here. There's going to be friendly player labels, so obviously there's no HUD or anything like that in Tarkov. You can easily kill your friends. It's very frustrating, but there's going to be friendly player labels. There's going to be safe zones where, you know, you can't shoot people, so think of like Arma, stuff like that. There's going to be land claims where you can claim certain areas for your bases. Yes, there's a huge base building system with a ton of customization, very, very in-depth. There's also proximity voice in this game. And there's also some long duration raids that are high risk, high reward. So think of like Destiny, WoW, stuff like that with the raids. Probably get a team together, lots of supplies, and risk it for a biscuit. The biggest differences between this and Tarkov, in my opinion, is that there's a single player mode, so you can actually stay off the servers completely, and you can actually keep an older version, even if they do a wipe, until you log back into the live server and decide that you're ready for the newest version. So that's cool if you just want to play by yourself and not have the live experience or whatever. So zombie AI is going to be very intelligent. They're going to be able to work together to swarm you and ambush you from different sides. They will also have their own unique loot. I'm not really sure exactly what a zombie would have because they can't really pick anything up. So it would just probably be things that they died or turned with. There's already some pretty neat little features baked in. Anti-cheats already completed in the alpha. And they'll also be open to the modding community as well. So for you modders out there, you'll be able to add all kinds of stuff, just like Arma and I think Rust and shit like that. So the alpha map that we're going to be playing on is 5 kilometers by 5 kilometers, but the full release goal is to be 16 by 16, and there's going to be vehicles to help you get around the map quickly, so that is very nice. And the earlier trailers we saw, because we've been seeing trailers for this game since I think 17, 19 had a bunch of trailers, and now we're getting, you know, a lot of actual what we're going to be seeing at the alpha. They show the vehicles being very, very customizable, which is absolutely awesome. So in the dev demo, there was already 30 plus weapons showcased, and there's going to be more added with each patch and update. And identical to Tarkov, there's going to be a very, very in-depth weapon modding system. There's going to be different ammo types, but not as complex as Tarkov, where they even joked around that you're not going to need an Excel spreadsheet to know what kind of ammo to run. So it's probably just going to be like hollow point, full metal jacket, something else. You know, shotguns, you're going to have slugs, buckshot, and birdshot. It's not going to be like, you know, 13, 14 different ammo types for each caliber, and you need to know different penetration, fragment chances, and like stuff like that. There's also going to be over 50 melee weapons from the beginning. There's also explosives in the game, so grenades, C4, stuff like that. And the combat that we've seen looks pretty gory when you're killing zombies. You know, limbs pop off, faces distort when you get a headshot, stuff like that. So I think that looked really good. So it does look like you start with a ton of inventory space that can be expanded when you start wearing backpacks and, you know, vests and stuff like that. And then you have a tool belt, which works just like a secure container from EFT. So your alpha, gamma, kappa, whatever you have. You won't lose those items unless you're in a hardcore server. You can also store items inside of items, which is really cool. So if you have like a cooking pot or something like that, you can actually stuff items inside that pot, which is realistic, as if you had a backpack and you're trying to fit a lot of gear, you would stack stuff inside of other items. So like I mentioned earlier, they do have an NDA or non-disclosure agreement for players of the closed alpha, just like EFT had, so no streaming or YouTube videos on it unless you apply and get accepted for their partner program, in which you can probably only talk about the good things of the game. They're probably not going to let you just go around bashing the game or even pointing out some critiques and stuff that you have because, well, it's in its alpha phase. You know, it's not really a completed game yet. So that's kind of whack that you have to be accepted into a program, and then you probably will be very limited what you can talk about. But that's temporary. Once the game gets into its beta, it'll probably open up a little bit. So who do I think this game is for? I would say fans of DayZ and fans of Tarkov, which are two different demographics. Some people play both. I never really played DayZ, but I looked at gameplay and it looked really fun. I do play Tarkov. In fact, that's kind of all I've been playing recently. And that's kind of why I'm excited about this game, is that it has a lot of Tarkov-esque features. Plus, I really like zombie survival, like movies and games. So I think this would be a really cool premise. I really do. I'm excited for it. And if you're not a DayZ or Tarkov fan, I would say this game would be applicable or valuable for gamers that want to play a promising, cool-looking open-world zombie survival game and don't mind dealing with a little bit of pre-game or alpha bugs and glitches that you're going to discover. But that's part of being an alpha, you know, tester, basically. You know, you're testing this out for them so you can report these bugs and they'll fix them over time with patches, and you're kind of part of a process of making a game better, which is really cool. So I really want to play this. It's not too expensive, $35, but for an alpha game, it's not a you know, the full release product or anything. I think I might wait a while. Honestly, I'm still playing a lot of Tarkov. I also have a lot of, you know, personal things going on with moving and stuff like that, where I'm not really going to be able to spend as much time gaming as I'd like to. I also work full time and stuff, so there's that. But yeah, the game looks really promising. It really does. And the more gameplay footage I watch of it, I'm like, damn, this looks really fun. And I think that's the main reason, is that it looks fun to me. I feel like a lot of games, they're just really not that fun for me anymore. You know, which really sucks because I grew up on games and stuff, but I feel like a lot of games are either the same thing, so it's just cookie cutter. You know, granted, this genre here, zombie survival, RPG, FPSs, there's a lot of them, but this looks to me, because it's taking Tarkov survival aspects and shit, and there is going to be PvP and stuff like that, where you are going to be getting into engagements with where you have got zombies swarming behind you, so you can't fall back, but you've got players in front of you shooting you in the nugget. So it's going to be pretty sick, man. I'm excited. So I probably will be picking up the alpha, or at least waiting till the NDA's raised, because I do want to make content around this game, so people can see before they get into the alpha what to expect. Is it going to be a great game when it's finished, or is it just, you know, another one of 1,000 of these in this genre? So that's going to do it, guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.